And Joshua loved that to a point that he did not cross boundaries. Like, I don't want this, Brittany will say, and Joshua would not do it. That was to the point he liked this girl. But then something happened that actually caused a big quarrel between both of them. Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you're watching this video. I did it for you, especially for the ones who want to be great, for the ones who are great. The story is specially made for you because you'll be learning how to remain great. Yes, you'll be learning how to stay at the top, not to fall. In a story I titled The Great Fall, you'll be learning what actually makes the great to fall. In this channel, I tell amazing stories. Stories that will teach you a lot of things, expose you to so many things you should be exposed to. The stories are fiction, true life stories, and you also get to hear people tell their stories as time goes on. Also, in this channel, you get to know more about yourself. We do a lot of self-discovery talks in this channel, so it's just full package. And if you are new, probably this is your first time of coming across my video, you are the right place. Please don't want to hit the subscribe button now and click that notification bell, so each time I post a new video, you'll be the first to know about it. Okay, yes, so it's an amazing story I started off yesterday. You know what? Let's just get the story started. Keep watching. I started the story yesterday titled The Great Fall, and it's all about this handsome guy named Joshua. A very, very, very handsome guy that ladies were flirting about, but then they didn't give attention to them, insulted them, you know. This guy felt like the world revolves all around him. And then he noticed this lady that did not care about him, like she no sent, and he got attracted to that one. And that very one named Brittany was not interested in him or any other guy, but he was determined that he was going to get this one girl, Brittany. And his friend Tayo warned him and told him, guy, no go there, she no go agree, she will not agree. But Joshua insisted that he was handsome, he had the money, and so there's no lady he cannot get. And guess what? He drew out a strategy on how to get this girl. And he succeeded. Yes, indeed. He succeeded in getting Brittany. Okay, the first part of the story is in the description. The link I mean to the first part of the story is in the description. In order to get the previous gist on how this thing went, please go and click the link in the description so you get the full gist. Don't miss out. I don't want you to miss out. Go and click that link now. Alright, so let's continue. So he got this girl Brittany. The girl fell for him, fell in love with him, and sincerely she loved him. Joshua also loved her, like Joshua liked her so much. She had a great personality. So they were two lovebirds, like two lovebirds. And Joshua got her a lot of gifts, spent money on her, even though she wasn't a money freak. He loved her so much in the way she wanted to be loved. The attention was there, everything she wanted, Joshua gave it to her. And Brittany also loved him with everything she had, except her body. She didn't believe in that stuff. And Joshua loved that to a point that he did not cross boundaries. Like, I don't want this, Brittany will say, and Joshua will not do it. That was to the point he liked this girl. But then something happened that actually caused a big quarrel between both of them. Brittany at that time was a student who was schooling at one of the prestigious universities. Outside that, she was also a businesswoman who sold bags and jewelry, clothes to her fellow students and every other person that wanted to buy from her. Not because she needed the money desperately. She had a mother who provided everything she wanted. Her father was late, but then she had a mother who provided everything she wanted, everything she needed. Her mother gave to her. But at the same time, Britney was just this lady who wanted to be financially responsible for her life. She didn't want to be dependent on anybody, so she did this business as a source of income for herself. But then Joshua asked her to quit it. Joshua asked her to stop doing the business, that he will give her anything. He will give her everything she needs, everything she wants. But Britney refused. For Britney, this was not just a source of income, it was something she loved. In fact, what she was studying in school at that time had to do with business. She was studying business admin, like business administration, so she loved what she was doing. But Joshua took it the way around. Joshua was like, you don't want to listen to me, you're not submissive and all that, you want to be a boss. Like Joshua just took it the other way around. Britney tried explaining herself that this business was what she loved doing. Beyond the money, she lost it and all that. But Joshua said, no, stop doing that business. If not, this relationship is over. And no, for Britney, that was something hard. Joshua was the first person she was getting into a romantic relationship with. Yes, that was her first love, and that threat really got to her. But at the same time, she didn't want to stop her business. That business was what she loved doing. And again, her mother trained her up in a way that she should never be dependent on anybody financially. So she was actually trained that way. And here is Joshua trying to take away that thing from her. So it was a big quarrel between both of them. They kept on dragging it. At some point, Joshua stopped giving her attention like the way he used to give to her, stopped calling her, did not even pick her calls, and it was getting to Britney so hard. She kept on begging him, but to no avail. And one day, Joshua called her and said to her, it's over. This relationship is over. Since you cannot listen to me, you cannot obey me, then there is no essence of us being together. Britney cried and pleaded with him, begged him, and Joshua was not listening to her at all. She went ahead to call his friends, including Tayo, to beg Joshua for her, but still to no avail. Tayo actually called Joshua and said to him, Joshua, you are too proud and you know it. This pride will take you to a place you don't want to go to. It will carry you go where you don't know. The world does not revolve around you. As Tayo was saying these things to him, Joshua fled up and warned him, never, Tayo, never, guy, never in your life should you talk to me like this. And Tayo made you get quiet though and said, I'm sorry boss, I'm sorry. And that was the end of that conversation. So there was no way Britney was going to get Joshua back into her life, and that was the end of that relationship for real. It took Britney a lot to recover, and when she was trying to recover, Joshua was trying to cause that pain to go from a level to another level by getting into a relationship with a lady in the same class with Britney. He was intentionally doing it to spite her. So he got into a relationship with another lady in the same class with Britney and made it very obvious that he was dating this girl. Britney felt so pained. She had given her all to that relationship. The only thing she didn't give in that relationship was her body. She felt so pained. But life has to move on for her, right? She just kept on trying to recover and kept studying her books. After some years, she was done. Like, she graduated from the university and she went back to where she was living with her mother. Yes, her father was late. I said it earlier, right? So she lived with her mother, and for Joshua kept living as if he owned heaven and earth. A very proud guy. As time went on, Joshua had this serious shake in his business, like his business was about to go bankrupt. And so he applied for a contract he got to know about, and he really hoped that he got that contract, because that contract will really help him, like will really help his business to a large extent not to fall. So he applied for this contract, and luckily for him, they called him for his presentation. So on the day of the presentation, he went to the city where he was going to present for the contract to be awarded to him. When he got to the place and he stood to start his presentation, he suddenly went blank, like everything he has read, everything he has studied evaporated this head. All he kept doing was staring at the lady sitting down as the managing director, who happens to be the lady he broke her heart some years ago, Britney. At that point, Joshua knew that he was in trouble. Joshua knew that he was in a big mess. After a while, the presentation ended and everybody was disappointed in him. Though they didn't understand why he went blank, but that was nobody's business. Britney just kept on looking at him and smiling. All she could see was her first love who broke her heart. After the whole thing, every other person left the room, and Britney was also about to leave when Joshua came to her kneeling down and begging. Britney looked at him, and for some minutes she didn't say anything. She just kept looking at this guy. This guy called Joshua kneeling down in front of her, and she remembered years ago when she was doing the same thing for him. But then she finally spoke out and said to him, "I know you are surprised to see me here. I too was very surprised some years ago. I knew my mom worked in a company as the managing director. I never knew she was the CEO. I never knew that company belonged to my late father. All she told me was if I graduated with the first class, she promised to talk to the CEO for me so I could get a job in the company. Somehow I loved that company so much. I never knew it was my dad's company. I never knew she was even the CEO. And so I was so focused while I was in school. Yes, you were the only guy I gave my time to. I never dated any other person. But of course, your pride made things go the wrong way. And now see yourself. No wonder the Bible says in the book of Proverbs, in the book of Proverbs 16 verse 18, pride goes before destruction. This is it. See where your pride has landed in. There's nothing I can do for you actually. Your presentation was so poor, and I don't think my company, my father's company, will want to work with you. Next time, I hope you learn to be humble to every person that comes your way. So have a good day, Joshua. Bye. That's the end of my story. So you see, pride goes before destruction. What actually makes the great, the ones that go up there to fall all of a sudden, is pride. I think you should open your Bible if you have a Bible. If you don't have a Bible, go online and check that verse of the Bible. Pride goes before destruction. No matter what you've achieved in life, avoid that thing called pride. It's like a venom. Like it's evil. Avoid it. Okay? And I wish you the best as you go towards greatness. Don't get proud. Don't get proud. I mean humble. Okay? So see you next week for another interesting story. Please give the story a thumbs up. Share your comments, say something to me in the comment section, and as well subscribe to this channel. Please subscribe. You watched the story to this point and you've not subscribed. How? Please hit the subscribe button now, and thank you for doing so. See you next week for another interesting story. Bye.